Just had an interesting call with one of my ASF Premier coaching clients, and we were talking about a concept that we teach in the account success formula called the 4 planning pillars meeting that you have with your clients. And basically we're trying to get to the gist of understanding what the client really wants or what they need. And I kind of blurted out this sentence, and I realized this is so incredibly simple. A lot of times people don't know what their clients want. They're like, oh, what does my client want? What do they need? What do they want? What do they need? What do they want? Well, it's really simple. All you do is put yourself in their seat. Get across the table, put yourself in their seat, pretend you're them. Something really interesting happened when I had my accounting practice. Is I ended up doing some CFO work for a client of mine, And interestingly enough, I didn't do the review engagement. I didn't do any of the shall we call it the advisory, or no, the assurance work. I kept all the advisory work, and I got paid incredibly well for just doing CFO style services. So I went and met with the accounting firm, and I sat across the table and listened to these donkeys tell me what they said, what they told me, what they thought the client really needed and wanted, and the canned map. And I sat there and listened. I went, you have no idea what the client's about. You have no idea what they want. You have literally no clue. You're sitting on the wrong side of the table from the wrong perspective. Move yourself onto their side of the table and pretend for a moment that you're the client. If this was your business and you were talking to your accountant, what would you want for advice? What would be the guidance that you would want? What would be some of the pain points that you'd have with your business that you would want your accountant to help you traverse and get rid of? And what is the thing that you're looking to grow to? What are you moving towards that you want your accountant to help you get to? Simply, it's called empathy. You put yourself in their shoes, or go across in the seat physically, and just sit there and go, if this was me and I was talking to the accountant, what would I want to know? When you do this with your staff too, train your staff to do this. Tell them to look at the financials when we're asking a question, oh, how should I deal with this and this and this? Say, well, what would you want if you were the client? How would you want it to look? What would you want it to say? What would you want it to be presented like? What kind of information would you want to get from it? It's a really simple but powerful tool. So next time you're in a client meeting, do this. Put yourself in their shoes and simply ask yourself, what would I want if I was there? And it will make an incredible difference to the conversation and the value that you deliver your clients in the future. So I'm Eric Solbach, and wherever you're watching this, please scroll down, leave a comment for me, and stay tuned for more success tips to come.